Welcome fans and foes, viewers and haters. I'm your raging Canadian and here's today's review. Anybody who grew up with the story Alice in Wonderland knows that it's off the wall insane, but a story kids have adored for generations. It's such a groundless and fantastic world that's received many adaptations over the years, but none quite like this one. This film is a combined adaptation of the books Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, both respectively written by Lewis Carroll. The title character Alice is from a very aristocratic world who couldn't be more bored with it and longing for something greater. Luckily for her, a fall through a rabbit hole transports her to the mysterious and yet familiar Wonderland, ruled by the sinister Red Queen. Mia Wasikowska portrays Alice Kingsley as a wanderer throughout the majority of the film. She's continuously questioning her surroundings, even under the belief that everything around her is a dream. I would have been more intrigued of her character if it had a lot more strength, but it's a very steady journey before you feel like she's actually leading this movie. The interesting part about this adaptation is director Tim Burton decides to not simply retell the stories page by page, but instead keep the structure of the books and at the same time weave a deeper exploration of Alice's mind. It's a very ambitious take of how to bring the stories to life, as well as this world. And what a wondrous Wonderland it was! Burton's gothic set design and animation hardly leaves a moment that doesn't bend your imagination. If only some of the animals themselves could have lived up to their environment. The voice acting from Alan Rickman, Michael Sheen, and Stephen Fry fits their respective characters, especially Stephen Fry as the charming Cheshire. But it's clear that Disney has its name written all over these character designs. They're well detailed, but there's not a chance you believe Alice is talking to actual furry critters. Instead, the visual effects and makeup really make their mark more on a character like the Red Queen, who's embodied beautifully by Helena Bonham Carter. Carter takes on the main antagonist role as nothing less than a spoiled brat with undeserving power. Her whiny personality and yet sinister attitude was blended to just the right amount. Of course, after Carter comes another Tim Burton favorite, Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter. This character really was a highlight and one that Depp plays with almost charismatic schizophrenia. One minute he feels like a high school geek, the next he's got the performance of an angry Scottish Highlander. There's no other way to put it. He really was mad as a hatter. This film explores the Hatter's personality and shows a more human madness to him. I remember reading online that the Hatter was supposed to be Alice's love interest in the film, but you really never get that sense here. You see friendship in their bond, but the only chemistry you see is very light and not visible until the beginning of the third act. It's characters like Alice and the Hatter that the movie gets its themes from. It's a message to the audience that it's alright if you don't fit in. In fact, stand out as much as you want to. Fitting in with everybody just makes you boring, so be spontaneous. Spontaneous? I'll tell you what's spontaneous. Grilled cheese. Oh my gosh, I would punch a parrot just to get some frickin' grilled cheese. How many colors do parrots come in? Is white really a color? If it is, why? Sorry about that. The movie made me do it. That's sort of what you got from this movie. More excitement than you'd expect from a story like this. It's got action, suspense, but maybe a little too much suspense. The one thing this movie really didn't need to be was PG. I mean, believe me, the rating system fits the film. It's just that there's stuff in the movie that really didn't need to be in there in the first place. Why do we need to see someone's eye get plucked out? Why do we need to see someone get decapitated?
Daddy, if I see something scary, can I sever its head just like in the movie?
What would your mother say?
No.
Then yes. It's kind of a case where you feel like it's less for the target audience and more for the director's creative vision. But hey, it's not like it's the worst childhood icon turned into something for a more mature viewing. This adaptation had a lot of creativity to its environment and unique perspective of how to tell these stories. There's just nothing remarkable about these characters in the script. Burton's brilliant mind was able to make a bold adaptation, but it would have been better for him to focus on more concrete set design than the overall visual effects. So for ambition, great direction, and talented artwork, my rating for Alice in Wonderland is a 6.5 out of 10. Sorry about the jokes, Mr. Burton. I really love your style of films, but please, 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 never show Johnny Depp breakdancing again. I'm still scrubbing my vomit off the theater screen.